Hey, it's Saturday. I'm not here to recap a trade, just more about. I just wanted to kind of make a little psychology video, just to kind of talk about where I'm at. It's been a while since I've made one. It's the first one I'll put publicly, so interesting. But yeah, so where am I at? It's tough. Uh, I'm using kind of like me getting here to Florida and really taking the trading more seriously and more focused as kind of like a new beginning. Um, I did a lot before. I had passed. I mean, well, before coming here, I had probably gotten about 20 evaluations, passed one, and blew that one. Um, so there's not much. So yeah, there is not much to show for it. So I feel like I'm doing a lot better here. I'm not trading at work, so I'm spending a lot more time just sitting down, focusing, and really like taking the entry that I want to take, which has resulted in me getting I think it's like a couple funded, a couple accounts overall. I have blown zero evals. I've passed two funded, and I've blown one funded. Um, so, not the greatest numbers, sure, but it is a hell of a lot better than it was before. Um, that is mostly due to my risk management. Um, Before, I was crashing out a lot. The moment that it wouldn't go my way, I would kind of like lose my shit, re-enter, over leverage, take multiple trades, move my stop loss. I was kind of all over the place, just really not doing well, not following risk management whatsoever before, which would lead to me doing shit like blowing $4,000 in one day on a eval, So that was really bad. And here it's calmed down a lot, and I feel like I'm doing a little bit better on that. I haven't crashed out. I haven't done anything too crazy, but the slip ups are still there. They still happen. Let me kind of show an example here. Oh God. This one on Friday, and then like the day before. Kind of hurts. Kind of hurts. Can't lie. Let's see here. This is my longest active account. As you can see here, on Wednesday, I didn't follow my rules at all. I mean, I did. I took an initial loss for 330, which is fine. But then I was too hell bent on my idea being correct. I didn't want to be wrong, and I just like refused to be wrong. And I thought that I could re-enter and make it work somehow off of some other bullshit. Of course, it didn't work. So it's not the fact that I lost an extra 100, which is not that big of a deal. It's more just that I couldn't control my emotions, and I had to just go back in. So I'm not proud of myself there. Yesterday was very disappointing. I had made 700 originally across 4 accounts, and then like 2 hours later, I opened my computer, and the first thing that shows up is the charts, and then like within 30 seconds, I already made up some random ass entry in my mind and I was like, "Oh, this could be a good opportunity." It was like 11:30. It was some bullshit, and I entered for some reason. Like it's a stupid beginner mistake that I haven't made in a long time. Since I've arrived here, which was like 3 weeks ago. Uh, and I don't know. It's just disappointing to think that I'm making a lot of progress. I'm controlling my emotions, but yet I just do something like that where I made my profit for the day. I was happy with it, but it wasn't 3 to 1, right? I didn't get the full 1,000 I wanted. I only got 700, so it was sitting there in the back of my mind, and I pretended to make up some sort of entry, and I lost 100, and then I got really pissed, and then I re-entered for like another $50 stop loss, something small, and I got stopped out, and just that feeling was just pure disappointment. It's like you work hard to not do something stupid, and you think you finally like turned a new leaf and you're done being an idiot, and you just do that again, and so it's just very disappointing. Like just losing that 150 felt 10 times worse than winning 700 felt good. It was just it was just disappointing, and it just felt like an amateur mistake, and I thought I was done with that. But yeah, so that was really disappointing. This was disappointing. Um, yeah, let me see here. Yeah, like other days as well. Here I re-entered on this account for an extra 100. Here I re-entered as well after I had lost on the other account. So yes, I'm doing better, but I'm still not able to fully follow my rules and risk management, which is just disappointing, of course. But it is what it is, right? um, so yeah, I mean that's kind of where I am now. I am seeing a progress, but I am still often disappointed in the stuff that I do. Um, it took me so long just to stop entering before 10. It was ridiculous. And this shit on Friday hurt a lot. Like a lot. It was just super, super annoying. Um, on Thursday night, I started reading a book, The Psychology of Money. And I read like a really good passage, a good chapter about the idea of enough. When to know that like you've had enough and be content with what you have. And it was really detailed, and I liked it a lot. It showed like it had a lot of pretty good information in there and some good reasoning. And anyways, I read it and I was like, you know what? Yeah, that's really good points. I need to start applying that. Just like enough is enough. I don't need to keep shooting for the moon every single time, because it never works and it just ends up with losses. You keep moving the goalpost further, eventually you're gonna miss, right? And that's exactly what I did the next day. It's like I read that on Thursday night, and then Friday comes along, and I pull the same shit. It's like the day after. It's extra disappointing. Why am I sitting here reading all these books, trying so hard to make this work, if the day after I try this hard and I just do something like this? It's ridiculous. I was sitting there reading this like, oh yeah, this is really good. I'm going to implement that for sure and learn when is enough. Yet, the next day I don't get my 3 to 1, and in the back of my mind, it's not enough, and I'm re-entering and re-pushing, and I just take a loss. It's very aggravating. It's very aggravating. Um, I know there's been progress. I'm not crashing out too hard. I'm not blowing as many accounts, and for the most part, I am following my risk management. Scroll back 2 months, 4 losses in a row would have not been possible. I would have definitely crashed out and blown the account. 4 losses in a row, I would have lost my mind. Um, Here I kept it pretty calm. Sorry, there's people here. Yeah, here I kept it relatively calm, even though Friday was a little disappointing, Wednesday was a little disappointing. But overall, it's better. So there's that. Um, the next thing I want to talk about was just overall um, my overall trading as far as profitability and not. I'm at a point where I feel like saying that I'm seeing a change. I feel like saying that, hey, I'm around that weird gray area where I'm starting to understand and hone in on an edge, and over a long period of time, well, long, it's looking like I'm about break even and I'm not losing too hard. So, I feel the shift, and every time I say it, but I'll say it again, I feel like I'm close. Every time I say it, for the past 8 months I've been doing this, I just get a reality check so hard every single time. And I am worried that it's going to happen again. I don't know. Again, this time I feel like I'm closer than I've ever been. But every time that I felt that way, I just get the hardest reality check ever to show me that I'm nowhere near. And it hurts a lot. It's tough, and it happens a lot. So I'm scared to say it, but it's how I feel. And probably I'll come back next week and have 2 blown evals and a reality check, but here we are. Alright, I moved over so I don't have to keep pausing. So, yeah, I don't know, it's tough. I continuously feel like I'm close, but at the same time, I feel like I'm nowhere near. Every time I do feel close, I feel like either I'm going to get a reality check, or, I don't know, I'm just lucky for the moment, or this won't last, or I'll go back down. I feel like you've only been doing this for 8 months. There's no way you're going to be profitable anytime soon, blah, blah, blah. So it's always just in the back of my mind, every time I feel like I'm seeing progress, that it's not actually just real progress. So that's kind of always sitting there looming. I feel like my mood every day is still being dictated by my P&L. Good days feel great, bad days feel like shit. I'm still way too emotional, I guess. I'm keeping it off the charts, but it's still there. It's a lot of work I need to do on that. And, yeah. To be honest, some days, I still don't even feel confident that my strategy is true or that it works. Sometimes I feel like I don't even know if day trading is true, or if it works, or if I'm just being peddled by a bunch of gurus on YouTube selling their courses. No idea. Sometimes it just feels like there's no end in sight, and then some days it feels like I'm seeing a change. It's really tough to just, turn those thoughts off and take my trade every day and keep moving forward. Now that I kind of feel like I'm in that weird in between phase where I'm not winning but I'm not losing terribly, um, you know, that kind of like in between phase, I've heard about it a lot. Um, I've heard that, yeah, you're super close. I've also heard that, oh, this is the longest phase by far, and it's the hardest, and it's where most people quit. So, it's tough to keep going, thinking that, oh, you're telling me that the hardest part hasn't even started yet. It's like it's exhausting. Um, I'm not gonna quit, that's for sure. I'm gonna keep going. There's no quitting here, but it's still an exhausting thought. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep at it. Um, I hope that I'm improving. I hope that I'm getting better. But some days I just never know if it's true. Um, I'll keep back testing. I feel like I might be finding my edge. I'm preferring shorts a lot more. Um, I found like a really exact time and exact target that I like to shoot for. I've back tested it and I found that it's the most profitable. I've looked at over 200 trades, and yeah, my shorts are a lot more profitable by far. My trades around 10 and 1030 are by far most profitable, um, and the targets that I shoot for happen pretty often. So I keep refining it. I want to keep back testing. See how it varies with news, with volume, with different market conditions, so that I can kind of gain more confidence in my edge. If I've found anything, to be honest, but if I did, I would like more confidence, because a lot of days I want to go and find a different strategy and try something else because this isn't working, but I know there's no magic strategy, there's no perfect formula. You just gotta take the L's, learn from them, and keep moving. And it should, hopefully, start working. But, it's tough to sit there losing money and doing this every day and having the stress and mental battle for a whole bunch of ifs, maybes, and buts. It's tough, but we'll keep at it. Um, yeah, that's where I'm at. Some days I'm proud of the progress I'm making. Some days I'm super disappointed, and it just doesn't feel as consistent as it should be. Um, yeah, so it's definitely a tough time. It's not as tough as crashing out and blowing my account every time, but it's still pretty tough to feel like you're going somewhere, then to feel like you're going nowhere, and just flip back and forth every other week. It's definitely tough. Um, yeah, so that's kind of how I'm feeling. Just wanted to make a quick psychology video. I'll look back on it one day and, well, hopefully things change, right? But yeah, it's kind of where I'm at right now. So see how it goes next week.